The fate of Jack Strain is now in the hands of 12 jurors. After 2 weeks of testimony and more than 20 witnesses taking the stand, the jury heard closing arguments earlier today and has now been deliberating for about 70 minutes. The former sheriff did not testify in his own defense.
We have extended coverage for you this afternoon on this historic St. Tammany Parish trial. We're looking into the exact charges and how much jail time Strain could get if convicted. But first, we want to go to WDSU's Aubrey Killian. He has covered this trial every day from the start. This is the beginning of week 3. He joins us live from Covington with the latest on what happened today. Aubrey.
Hey there, Christina. So jurors are meeting right now. They will be the ones to decide if Jack Strain could spend the rest of his life behind bars. So check out this video from earlier today. Jack Strain, he was very tight-lipped when he entered the courthouse this morning. Jurors have had some questions since they did meet not long ago, so this is going to be a very long process. It is important to note that this decision, it must be unanimous. All 12 members of the jury must convict or acquit. If the decision is not unanimous, it is a mistrial. Today, prosecutors outlined the disturbing accusations from 5 accusers. 3 of them, they are related to Jack Strain. Strain has not been charged in any crime with that 3rd family member, but he is charged with rape, incest, indecent behavior with a juvenile, and sexual battery. Today, his attorney, Billy Gibbons, told the jurors that there is reasonable doubt in this case. He noted how the accusers have constantly changed their stories. He also said that some of the accusers are linked to a kickback scheme. When the sheriff privatized an inmate work release program today, he said there's so much of this case that doesn't make sense. The state fired back, though, saying, quote, "The evidence is overwhelming. Jack Strain is a monster and rapist, period. He had a taste of something forbidden, kids." We spoke with the mother of one of his accusers today. Take a listen.
I'm hoping and praying that I'm going to leave it in God's hands, that this jury come back with guilty. But if something happened, we're going to keep fighting. I'm not going to give up, because he's not going to hurt no more of the children.
It's heartbreaking. It's horrific, gruesome, what those victims went through. And for a mother to have to listen to this is just as heartbreaking for the victims. And justice, and the only way justice will be served is for a guilty verdict.
So again, the jurors are meeting right now as we speak. I'm told if they are not able to reach a verdict by tonight, it would be sequestered in a hotel. Guys, back to you.
Aubrey, thank you. The charges that Strain faces are punishable by a lengthy jail sentence, possibly at a state penitentiary like Angola. So right now at 4, we break down the charges a little bit more for you and how much time, jail time, is associated with all of them. Strain faces 4 counts of aggravated rape. That's the state's most serious sex crime and is death eligible. The DA is not seeking the death penalty against Strain, so if he's convicted, there is only one sentence the judge can hand out under Louisiana law: life in prison at hard labor without the benefit of parole, probation, or a suspension of sentence. And that's for each count. So if found guilty, Strain could possibly face 4 life sentences. Strain is also facing 2 counts of aggravated incest. Those crimes, if convicted, are punishable by imprisonment at hard labor for not less than 25 years nor more than life imprisonment. He's also facing indecent behavior with a juvenile, which under Louisiana law carries a sentence of up to 7 years in jail, but the judge can also give no jail time for that charge and just issue a fine. And he's charged with sexual battery, which carries a minimum jail sentence of 25 years if convicted. So the term hard labor is still used under Louisiana law because lifers and people receiving long jail terms go to the Louisiana State Penitentiary at Angola. That's about 90 minutes northwest of Baton Rouge, where inmates actually cut grass, break bricks, and work to maintain that prison.